Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Laura Bakewell and here we bake things pretty well. Today we're going to be diving back into my mom's cookbook and we're going to make banana pudding. So let's get close and comfy and let's bake together. Okay, so for my mom's banana pudding recipe, we're going to go ahead and make the pudding. And in here I already have my 2 cups of milk. And then in a separate bowl I'm going to put my sugar and my egg yolks. Good. We are going to use the egg whites for a meringue, so make sure you don't get rid of those. Egg yolks, and then in here is my salt and my cornstarch. And I'm just going to go ahead and mix this together. I just mixed it until it became light and fluffy. Now let's take this over to the stove. So we're just going to warm up our milk until we start seeing bubbles forming on the outsides. Okay. So we got bubbles starting to form around the edges now. So I'm going to go ahead and add this hot milk. I'm going to add just about half of it to my egg mixture, and that's just to temper the eggs so they don't become scrambled. I'm just going to pour this right into my bowl. Right back there. And then you're just going to mix that milk into your eggs. You want to be quick. You don't want it to just sit there. Get all of that sugar in there. All right, once it's all completely mixed, you're going to pour it right into this saucepan. Now I put everything in there except for the vanilla. The vanilla I'll put in last because whenever you put vanilla over the stove, it kind of it's just like alcohol, like you're cooking out the alcohol in it. So you won't actually have that vanilla flavor in the pudding. So now you just want to continue to whisk this until it becomes like a thick pudding. And you don't want to get too thick because as it cools, it will thicken up more. Alright, it's nice and thick. I'm going to go ahead and take this off the stove and place it into my bowl. And then I'll mix in the vanilla. There's my pudding. Just gonna add my 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Like a nice little mix in there. You can also add vanilla paste. I really like the little speckles that it has in there. There we go. Now I'm going to put some saran wrap right on top so it doesn't form a skin, and then I'm going to pop this into the fridge until it's cool enough for our banana pudding. Just like that, into the fridge. Okay, for our banana pudding, we're going to do a meringue on top. And that's where we're using our egg whites that we previously had for our egg yolks. So I'm just going to place them in my stand mixer. And you want to make sure that any oil that could possibly be in here, you want to try to get it out. So I was using a paper towel to just kind of wipe around the edges and stuff. Because any oil or residue that's left inside of here will make it so that your meringue does not whip up. The best thing that I normally do is I'll take a little bit, like a little splash of vinegar, and I'll put it on the inside and I'll rub it around, and then I'll use a paper towel and wipe it. That's the best thing to get oil out of your mixing bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and add my egg whites. And we're going to start whipping these up. Alright, they're starting to froth up. So I'm going to go ahead and add my cream of tartar. And then we're going to sprinkle like 1 tablespoon at a time of granulated sugar into the bowl. We're almost there, but it's starting to get really nice and shiny, and the peaks are starting to stand up. You just want to whip it a little bit more until you get a nice stiff peak. Just a little bit more. Perfect. That's what your meringue is going to look like. It's one of those things where, like, you could easily dump it over somebody's head and it wouldn't come out. Right. So now we'll push this over to the side. We'll get rid of our stand mixer. Alright, so now comes the assembly process. You can assemble this however you want. My mom has it so that you put all of your vanilla wafers on the bottom and on the sides, and then you put bananas, then you put the pudding, and then you do another layer. That's what we're gonna do. And these are just some vanilla wafers that I bought from the store. I did try to actually make some vanilla wafers for this recipe, but they came out really bad, and I was really confused by the recipe because it told me to use a cookie scoop. But the scoop, like, they were just huge. So I was just really confused, and it's like, I'm just gonna go buy them because it's just easier and simpler that way. I tried. But sometimes recipes just don't work out, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. They invented easier methods for a reason. Oops, back to this. On each one of these corners. Alright, and then hers says to layer bananas. And I would use like some just ripe bananas, like whenever the tops of them are still slightly green. You don't want them to be too brown. Mine got a little brown, but it's okay. These are just for me and my husband, so we're not too picky about it. All right, and there is my first layer. Let's go ahead and add my pudding. Get all those corners. And then we'll do another layer of cookies. Like a weird back, so I'm really bent. I don't think I've ever gotten a bent cookie. That's pretty good. And another layer of bananas. Oh, this is great. I didn't think I was going to need this last banana, but I do. Go ahead and chop this up. It's really funny. I was like, there's no way that I need that many bananas. Turns out I do. And that's really exciting for me because I didn't want to have any leftover bananas. I already took some of the bananas that I had left over and made banana nut muffins, which you will see that in the next video. It's like, I gotta get rid of all these bananas, and I don't want to just do a banana bread. I feel like everybody knows how to make banana bread. Alright, here we go. And let's put the rest of this pudding right on top. Everything covered. Alright. Now I get to have a little bit of fun. Go ahead and get this meringue out of here. And I have my oven preheated to 350, and we're just going to put this in the oven just for that meringue to get slightly brown. If you wanted to, you could go ahead and like put the pudding into the fridge until you are ready to serve it. And like maybe 20 to 30 minutes before you're going to serve it, go ahead and whip up your meringue. And then put it on top. I feel like you could also do like a Cool Whip or some type of whipped cream if you would rather do that. Make sure I get all these corners. I'm just gonna... I really like to make little peaks. You should see me do a lemon meringue pie, or like any type of meringue pie. I get real crazy with the peaks. I really love doing it. Comes from the first baking job that I ever had. We used to make pies all the time. And I would just sit there and just mold and sculpt all that meringue. It was so much fun. All right, so there we go. I'm just gonna put this into the oven until that top gets nice and brown. Look at how pretty that is. Perfect. What with the meringue is like slightly browned on top. It's amazing. I'm gonna let this sit to cool for about an hour and then it is ready to eat. And there you have it, guys. My mom's banana pudding. I hope you like this recipe. Let me know if it worked out for you. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.